Okay, so moving on to question number 3. This one is asking us to do analysis of variance. So this is the one question. All the other questions you will know how to do. We will do t-tests this week. This question uses analysis of variance, and that is going to be covered next week. However, you can go ahead and do it and then later fill in, some of this stuff that you might not know yet. What is between sum of squares, within sum of squares, etc. So you can get started on this and then just kind of fill it in once we learn about this officially in class. So for this one, we're using the data analysis tool pack. First off, so this is what I have here is what I did for question number 2. So I might want to label this sheet by double-clicking on sheet and then label it to be question 2. And then now I should label maybe this one to be question 3. This way it's nice and organized, and so when we're grading your Excel spreadsheets, we'll quickly be able to tell where everything's happening. Okay, so the analysis of variance, it's going to take the data in the wide format, this transpose data set, where each row represents all the data we have for non-smokers. For example, this is non-smokers, and these are all the children that are born of non-smokers, etc. Ex-smokers. Okay, so if we just highlight this data, okay, and we put it into question number 3, so I highlighted it and then I press Control C, okay, so that copies, and now I press Control V and now paste. Now I can leave it in this format, and that's fine. Each row represents data. I can also actually transpose this again, and now each column represents the data. Okay, so that's, you get to decide what you want to do with that. So now this is all of the non-smokers' birth weights of women who don't smoke, ex-smokers, etc. Okay, or birth weights of their children, not birth weights of them, but the birth weights of their children. Okay, so once we have it like this, we can go to Data Analysis, and we want to press that single factor ANOVA. Go ahead and delete if there's anything in there. Should be blank when you open it. So this is data. It's grouped by rows or by columns. Well, it's grouped by columns now, okay, because each column represents a column of data. Now, if you had it in the other format, like it was in question number 2, where it goes in this direction, that would be by row. So however you choose to keep your data, that's fine. So here's input range, okay. If I were to select all of the data, and I were to say labels in first row, okay, so this first row has all the labels. Alpha equal to 0.5, that's, alpha is the, we'll be talking about this week in class and in the lecture slides, so you should know what alpha is. Then output range, okay, if I just select a spot there, that's fine. Okay, and there we go. There's my analysis of variance. Okay, so notice here, it has the groups, it has each of them labeled. Okay, if you're, say, row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, you need to correct it so that we can see what each is standing for. The non-smokers, ex-smokers, smokes less than half a pack a day and greater than half a pack a day. Okay, so this question is asking us to state our result with alpha equal to 0.1. So you know what you're going to have to change. Okay, yeah, I didn't do this without alpha equal to 0.1. I did, or 0.01. I did this with alpha equal to 0.05. So you're going to have to change that when you do this question. So you should copy and paste all of this. Okay, go to your Word document, so press Control C. Go to your Word document that you're keeping all your answers. Do Control V. Okay. Answer this one by one. So here, write your answer. Your clearly stated null and alternative hypothesis. So you'll say the null hypothesis is, okay, and state it. The alternative is, and then from the output, identify the sum of squares within, between. Okay, so you should maybe up top here, underneath, use the data analysis toolpack. So underneath those directions, you could copy and paste the ANOVA table, for example. Okay. So if you were to copy and paste the ANOVA table, I'm going to make this a little smaller so that way it'll fit. Okay, if I were to make this all small so that way it would fit onto when I copy it. So I'm going to copy it, press Control C, paste it there. There we go. So that looks nice. So now identify all these things it's asking you to identify, okay? Then state your result. So state your results of the test using alpha equal to 0.01. This means to, just say whether or not you reject or accept the null hypothesis based off of alpha equal to 0.01. Then state the conclusion in terms of birth weight and smoking status. This is your actual, real conclusion. Like you write a nice little sentence here where you explain, what does it mean to reject the null hypothesis or to accept the null hypothesis in this situation? What does it mean for, the birth weight of children if their mother smokes? Does it matter or is it irrelevant? Answer in a nice, well thought out sentence.